What is going on, guys? Taylor Struber with Sharp Sports Network, bringing you my favorite plays for today's four-game preseason NBA slate. Yesterday was awesome, man. All the members crushed it. DraftKings, FanDuel. I'll go over a little review over my lineups that I played yesterday. But yeah, if you listen to my advice, Jonathan Isaac was my favorite play on the day, and I was baffled at his ownership percentage. He was sub 10% on a four-game slate. He was the highest scorer on FanDuel, the second highest scorer on DraftKings, just behind Thomas Bryant, who I touted pretty hard in my private live stream. And which, by the way, if you guys are members, you need to be in this live stream. Or if you're not a member, you need to cop a pass. Get in here, get in these private live streams before, because it was like 20 minutes before lock when all the Bucks news came out, where all the stars were sitting and a bunch of the backups were sitting, and we had to tackle that, reconstruct our rosters, our lineups, and we came out on top because of that, because I think a lot of people scrambled, went to guys like Bradley Beal, who was only supposed to play about 16 minutes. I saw he was 25% owned in the main tournament on FanDuel. There's a ton of edge to be had in these preseason NBA slates, and yeah, this late breaking news, you need to know what to do, and I'm here to help you with that. So if you guys want to check us out, it's at sharpsportsnetwork.com. If you want a chance to win a free season pass with us, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite play of the day. But yeah, let's just get into this slate. Or rather, right before that, we'll go over my lineup real quick on FanDuel. I played a bunch of lineups in this. My top one took 38 out of 9,200. Lonzo Ball, Trae Young, Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Jonathan Isaac, Zion Williamson, Lauri Markkanen, Julius Randle, and Nikola Vucevic. Could have won a lot more if Markkanen and LaVine would have entered into that fourth quarter, but it is a preseason, so obviously you're not expecting that much, but got it done over here on FanDuel for the most part. Just had a strong core that I recommended to my team, or to my members, and then we plugged in a couple other plays. On DraftKings in the 180 contest, I barely squeaked in. Everything else was easy to get into, all the other contests, but this one I barely squeaked in after a couple of scoring changes, which knocked some people down and knocked me up. But yeah, it was pretty easy with Drew Holiday. We went to Pat Connaughton after all these guys were ruled out. It was between him, Sterling Brown, and Frank Mason. Unfortunately, I took the lowest scoring of those guys, but he still got enough to get the job done. Jonathan Isaac, 39.25 points, only 10.3% in the $180 tournament. That's sick. Julius Randle, Nikola Vucevic fouled out in the third quarter, which wasn't ideal. Missed out on some opportunities, and we got him at lower ownership. And then Trae Young, John Collins, and Aaron Gordon only at 17.2%. I told you guys, play these Magic players, and it worked out for us. But yeah, let's just get into today's slate. So we got four games again. Starts 30 minutes later than usual, and which, by the way, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch today at noon Central Time, and then I'm going to be doing it at 4:30 Central Time every single day. That's the new schedule, noon and 4:30 Central Time. If you want to catch me on Twitch, ask me some questions, completely free to watch and ask, and I'm willing to answer any of the questions you guys throw my way, whether it be DFS or whatever. But yeah, one of my favorite plays today, I like Luka Doncic quite a bit. Played 30 minutes last preseason. I expect the same from him today. And then, but the guy I'm really looking at today, who's going to be the cover boy, just like Jonathan Isaac was yesterday, that's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns. They're missing a lot of usage from last year. So last year, they ended up losing, or last year coming into this year, they lost Derrick Rose. They lost Jimmy Butler. I believe he only played 10 games for them last year. Saric, Taj Gibson. And they replaced him with lower usage players. So the starting lineup is a bunch of low usage guys. I think Culver's starting now, they're rookie, but he's more of a defensive minded guy. He doesn't shoot very much. He's not a good shooter. He mostly just drives and stuff. He's kind of like a lesser version of Wiggins. He's like a Wiggins that can defend essentially, but shoot less. But yeah, dude, Karl-Anthony Towns is only 23 years old. It seems like he's been in the league for a while, but he's still progressing and he's still getting better. His true shooting percentage went up from 59 to 61.8 to 64.6 and went back down to 62.2, but that's because he was playing with Jimmy Butler when he was being a ball hog, and his usage was only 21.9%. So obviously for a big man, his true shooting is going to go down a bit. But if you look from year 2 to year 4, his usage rose from 26.2% to 28.8%, but his true shooting went up from 61.8 to 62.2. So his efficiency stayed there, and his usage rate rose quite a bit. And we know that in this Flip Saunders offense, the tempo is going to be fast against a Phoenix team who's just dreadful on offense. And we'll look at his splits last year against Ayton and the Phoenix Suns. But we've been hearing all this talk this year about how this is going to be a career year for Karl-Anthony Towns, and not just for today's slate, but moving forward in all these DFS slates. Until he's priced appropriately, until he's like 11,000, he's going to be one of those guys you're going to be playing in the 9 to 10K range until they appropriately fix his price. And today, I think he's going to be one of the best plays on the slate, even if he only plays 22, 24 minutes, which I expect him to, because most of these preseason teams, unless we hear otherwise from the coaches, they're typically going to play the first half and then a stint in the second or in the third quarter, and then they're done for the game. Sometimes they play the entire third quarter, but it looks like everybody's getting about 22 to 24 minutes, unless we hear otherwise, like the Magic guys. So we'll look last year against Phoenix, Ayton and Phoenix. He averaged 28 points per game, 14 boards, 5 assists. And we know this year that they've been talking him up about being a facilitator. So he's going to be getting triple doubles this year, guys. And if he's going to have a usage rate this high, see, last year without Butler, those 10 games, and Derrick Rose, he had a 30.9% usage rating, averaging 1.58 fantasy points per minute. So he's going to have a massive usage rate alongside Wiggins. Those are going to be the guys that are scoring. Everybody else is just out there defending. I think they're going to be without Robert Covington as well, who has the third highest usage rate in that starting lineup. So there's a lot of work to go around, and I think it mostly goes to Karl-Anthony Towns. 9.1K on DraftKings, and on FanDuel he's priced up to 10.3K, where he should be, if not higher. So yeah, he's by far my favorite play of the day. My next favorite play is going to be Mason Plumlee. Nikola Jokic has already been ruled out with Jokic off the court, because sometimes that they would play those twin tower things where it'd be Jokic and Mason Plumlee, which they performed well with. I think that was one of their better lineups. But without Jokic on the court, Plumlee has a 17.6% usage rating, which isn't that great, but he is a center, so it's not that big of a deal. But averaging 1.14 fantasy points per minute. Now that's all great and stuff, but the best thing about it is that he's only 4.1K against Portland. They're going to be without Nurkic, but Whiteside's going to slide in. But 4.1K is just way too cheap. And we saw in the previous preseason games last year that they're willing to play their starters and their rotation players a good amount of minutes. So I'm expecting 22 minutes from Mason Plumlee, averaging 1.14 fantasy points per minute. I think he gets it done. And over here on DraftKings, he is only 200 more than the minimum, I believe. Yeah, he's 4.2K. Don't know how these aren't like the first two guys in your lineup. I like Luka Doncic quite a bit. And as a whole, I do like this Minnesota-Phoenix game. Phoenix, one of the worst defenses in the league. And now with Flip Saunders, I think Minnesota starts running this super up-tempo offense, which really is going to pay in the benefit to Karl-Anthony Towns and then Ayton and Devin Booker on the opposing side. So yeah, those are my favorite plays on today's slate. I will be live streaming later at noon Central Time. Again, guys, it's going to be at twitch.tv/Sharp Sports Network. Link is going to be in the description. I'm going to be going through more of my favorite plays. This is just kind of a starter for you guys. The first couple of players I think you guys should get in there. Check us out at sharpsportsnetwork.com. Got a lot to offer, guys. It's going to be a good season, and the preseason has started off amazing already. Yeah, man. So I'm excited for tomorrow. Hope to see you guys on the Twitch stream. Hope to see you in our Discord chat. But best of luck, and until next time, peace.